Good morning. My name is Viviana Arbeláez and I am here to present the application of my lesson plans from the previous stage. And this is teaching English to adolescents and adults. And let's start with class 14. This class is going to be about the simple past, and the main objective is for students to talk about their last weekend. The first thing that I will do is to activate vocabulary, playing charades. There's an application that you can download to your cell phone, so I will download it to my cell phone, and I will include some verbs in past, and the idea is to divide the class, and one person is going to have the example on his or her head, and the group has to explain the verb. Once the person gets the word, the teacher lays the cell phone down and they can guess the next word. So the group that wins is the group that guesses more verbs in past. And as I said, the intention of this activity is to activate vocabulary. Then I will ask students to brainstorm questions to ask about last weekend, and I will write those questions on the board and make corrections if necessary. And later on, I will ask them to apply those questions to interview each other in pairs. But the variation of this is that they must draw in a piece of paper everything that the student reports from last weekend. As the final activity on the post, the teacher will collect the pictures, and then they will have to narrate the story they have in their hands, and that's going to be also the evaluation part, because in the narration of the story the teacher will evaluate the use of the verbs in past. My other class is a class for adults, and in this opportunity the objective is to write. They will write a story about a crime. The grammar will be simple past and past continuous. As a warm-up, I will play some sounds, and the students will take notes of what they listen, but they have to picture in their heads what is happening. And then they will get in pairs to report what they wrote, but then since they're not listening anymore, they were listening, so they will have to do it in past progressive. This way, the grammar will be inductive. Once I ask them to report, I will write some sentences on the board, and I will address the students to the use of past progressive. Then, to present the activity, I will tell them that a woman was found dead in Central Park, and that they must come up with the story of what happened using past continuous and the simple past as well. And finally, with all that they have created, I will ask them to compare with another classmate their stories. They will read their stories, so in the end the teacher will collect them, and that will be the material to grade structure and content. Well, this is it by now. Thank you very much for listening to this presentation.